Imagine a force so vast that it could darken the sky for years, choke the air across continents, and bring civilizations to their knees. Not tomorrow, but someday when the Earth decides to remind us who truly holds power. Beneath the calm surface of our planet, beneath forests and quiet lakes, lie monsters we rarely speak of. These are supervolcanoes, the sleeping titans capable of rewriting history in a single, shattering moment. Most of us know about volcanoes like Mount Vesuvius or Mount St. Helens. But compared to a supervolcano, those eruptions are sparks from matchstick. A supervolcano, in contrast, is an immense, world-ending cannon, hidden beneath the earth, waiting in silence. What makes them super? They can eject over 1,000 cubic kilometers of material in a single eruption, enough to bury the Grand Canyon many times over. They don't erupt frequently. Their cycle is measured in tens of thousands of years. They build pressure slowly, filling immense underground chambers of magma. And here's the twist. Many of the most dangerous don't look like mountains at all. Yellowstone is a serene park. Campi Flegrei is a patchwork of Italian suburbs. The last time one truly roared, ash fell like snow across continents. The skies dimmed, crops withered, and temperatures plummeted. Humanity itself may have barely made it through. We walk on a thin crust. Below us, fire waits. When we think of volcanoes, the image that comes to mind is often a mountain, a cone spewing lava and ash, a fiery show against the sky. But here's the twist. Many of the most dangerous volcanoes don't look like mountains at all. Some are vast, flat landscapes, lakes, meadows, even cities built right on top of them. So, what exactly makes a volcano super? Scientists define a supervolcano as one capable of producing an eruption with a volcanic explosivity index of 8, the highest on the scale. That means it can eject over 1,000 cubic kilometers of material in a single eruption. For comparison, Mount St. Helens in 1980 released about 1 cubic kilometer of material. Terrifying, yes, but against a supervolcano, it's barely a flicker. Unlike regular volcanoes, which erupt more frequently, supervolcanoes erupt rarely. Their cycle is measured not in centuries, but in tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, of years. They build pressure slowly, filling immense underground chambers of magma until, one day, the Earth can no longer contain it. When that day comes, the explosion isn't local. It's global. The ash can circle the Earth, block out the sun, cool the climate, and disrupt life far beyond the eruption's immediate zone. The scariest part? Because many supervolcanoes don't form tall peaks, they often go unnoticed. Yellowstone looks like a serene park. Toba is a peaceful lake. Campi Flegrei is a patchwork of Italian suburbs. These giants hide in plain sight. And to understand what's at stake, we need to look back at the monsters of the past whose eruptions nearly erased life as we know it. To glimpse their power, we don't have to imagine it. We just need to look into the past, where they've already rewritten the story of life on Earth. The Toba eruption in Indonesia, 74,000 years ago, released over 2,500 cubic kilometers of ash. The skies were veiled in a volcanic haze for years. Temperatures around the world plunged and crops withered. Some scientists believe Toba created a genetic bottleneck, shrinking our species down to just a few thousand individuals. Every person alive today may carry the genetic echo of those survivors. Even Toba pales in comparison to the La Garita caldera in Colorado, 28 million years ago. It erupted in what scientists consider one of the largest known explosions in Earth's history. Over 5,000 cubic kilometers of material were expelled. And in New Zealand, the Taupo catastrophe, 26,500 years ago, erupted with a blast so powerful that it reshaped the entire landscape and sent ash across the Pacific. These ancient events are scars written in stone, reminders that the world does not revolve around our plans, our cities, or our lives. And the chilling truth? The giants that once roared are not all gone. Some are still here, rumbling quietly beneath the feet of millions. The past was only the prologue. Now, we must face the threats still lying in wait. The story of supervolcanoes isn't just in the past. Even now, beneath our modern world, these giants still stir. In the U.S., millions visit Yellowstone National Park, often unaware that they are walking atop one of the largest volcanic systems on Earth. In Italy, just outside Naples, lies Campi Flegrei. It's a patchwork of suburbs built atop a giant caldera, where the ground rises and falls like a slow breath. With more than 3 million people living nearby, an eruption here would be a humanitarian crisis on a scale Europe has never seen. Across the Pacific, Lake Toba is still active, its placid waters hiding a volcanic system capable of repeating its ancient fury. And in New Zealand, the Taupo volcanic zone remains restless. While Yellowstone and Toba capture the spotlight, there are other, more underrated giants. In southern Japan, the Eira caldera could devastate one of the most densely populated regions on Earth. The Okatina caldera, also in New Zealand, still has the potential for a massive eruption. And the remnants of the Siberian traps remind us that a chain of eruptions can be so vast they trigger a global extinction event. From Italy's crowded coastlines to the quiet lakes of New Zealand, these supervolcanoes wait in silence. The question isn't if they will erupt again. The question is when. No sirens, no countdown, just a tremor that feels ordinary until the ground heaves. This isn't a single eruption. It's a cascading, hour-by-hour unraveling of a planet. Day 0, the flashpoint. A column of ash punches into the stratosphere. Within minutes, pyroclastic flows, scalding avalanches of gas and rock, fan out at highway speed. Air travel freezes instantly as volcanic ash melts inside jet engines. Day 1 to 3, ashfall. The ash arrives like a choking blizzard. Roofs sag, water supplies clog, and power grids begin to fail. The world is suddenly without essentials. Misinformation blooms faster than the plume, and supply chains seize up. The just-in-time world realizes it's out of time. Week 1, a global shift. The plume has wrapped a hemisphere. Sunlight dims, and temperatures dip. Our technological comforts become our greatest vulnerabilities. Month 1, the gray economy. Global markets convulse, and agriculture enters triage. Governments raid seed vaults for trial runs, and the globe feels like a patchwork quilt, held together by the slow, careful stitches of emergency logistics. Food, water, and fuel are no longer commodities. They are lifelines. Year 1, the long gray. This isn't the end. It's an apathetic test of our endurance. The world is dimmer, colder, harsher, and still turning. But in the dim light, humanity shows its resilience. Yields are down, but indoor agriculture scales. Ash-fed soils, in a slow alchemy, begin their transformation toward future fertility. We didn't conquer the Earth. We negotiated with it. For all the destruction supervolcanoes can unleash, history shows us something just as remarkable: the resilience of humanity. If early humans could weather Toba with stone tools and fire, imagine the tools we carry today. We have seed vaults buried deep in the Arctic and AI-driven agriculture models. In the face of a super-eruption, these tools become more than conveniences. They become lifelines. By the mid-21st century, volcanic monitoring becomes a pillar of global security. AI systems, trained on centuries of seismic data, begin to detect patterns humans could never see. When warning alone isn't enough, bold proposals emerge. Geoengineering the skies, subsurface cooling systems, and self-sustaining shelters. And then the eruption comes. Not Yellowstone, but Campi Flegrei, beneath the heart of Italy. Ash blots out the Mediterranean skies. But this time, humanity was not caught unprepared. Shelters opened. Reserves were deployed. For the first time, a super-eruption meets not just victims, but a plan. A super-eruption would test both sides of us: the brittle glass of our modern world and the unbreakable will of our species. Supervolcanoes are full of strange, almost unbelievable truths. For instance, at places like Yellowstone, The ground literally breathes, rising and falling by meters as magma shifts far below. And NASA scientists once proposed drilling into Yellowstone to pump water into its magma chamber, trying to cool it down to prevent an eruption. But the most unsettling part is psychological. We fear what we can see: storms, earthquakes, fire. We are wired to react to drama we can perceive directly. This is the invisibility bias. A supervolcano? No fiery impact. No countdown clock. Just an eruption that begins with no warning, reshaping the atmosphere in silence. They are invisible giants, reminders of our limits, and a testament to the Earth's quiet, patient power. All around us, giants sleep. They breathe slowly, invisibly, measuring time and millennia while we mark hours with clocks and calendars. We are tenants of a restless planet. Giants sleep beneath our feet, but life goes on, vibrant, defiant, and fragile. Every sunrise, every harvest, every laugh under a calm sky is a victory against the odds. And in the end, perhaps that is the true story of supervolcanoes. Not their eruptions, but our enduring response. The Earth may rise in fire, the skies may darken, but humanity continues, watching, waiting, dreaming, never fully in control, but never fully powerless. So walk lightly, look carefully, and remember, the Earth sleeps, and when it dreams in fire.